Dating apps didn't just change how we meet people. They changed how we experience attraction, rejection, validation, and even self-worth. Before apps, love felt accidental. Now it feels algorithmic, and when something becomes optimized, it also becomes accelerated. So let's go deeper than good or bad. Let's talk about what dating apps are really doing to our brains and how to stay psychologically strong inside them. The real benefits, when used correctly. Dating apps solved a logistical problem. They expanded access. If you're new in a city, introverted, busy, outside mainstream dating culture, or part of a minority group, apps give you reach. That's powerful. They also allow filtering by values, lifestyle, location, and goals. In theory, this increases compatibility. And yes, many healthy long-term relationships began on apps. So the platform itself isn't toxic. The psychological shift from scarcity to overload. Here's where things change. Human brains evolved in scarcity. Limited options meant when you found someone compatible, you invested. But dating apps create perceived abundance. Endless scrolling, endless profiles, endless, maybe better. And here's what abundance does psychologically. It reduces commitment. Because when something feels replaceable, it feels less valuable, even subconsciously. This creates a mindset of, I like them, but I'll keep browsing. Not because you're cold, because your brain is overwhelmed. Choice overload and decision fatigue. There's actual research behind this. When humans are given too many options, they delay decisions, feel less satisfied, second-guess themselves, experience regret. Dating apps amplify this effect daily. You match with 3 people, then 5, then 10. Instead of investing in one connection, your attention fragments. Depth requires focus. Apps reward breadth. That tension creates shallow attachment. The dopamine design. Let's talk neuroscience. Swiping activates the brain's reward system. It works like variable reinforcement, similar to slot machines. You don't know when you'll get a match. That unpredictability increases dopamine release, so even when you're not interested in someone, you might still swipe. Because your brain enjoys the anticipation. Over time, this conditions you to crave novelty over stability. Novelty feels exciting. Stability feels boring. But stable relationships require comfort, not adrenaline. That's a major mismatch. Micro-rejections and emotional fatigue. Here's something people underestimate. Dating apps create repeated small rejections. No reply. Unmatch. Ghosting. Conversations fading. Each one feels minor. But the accumulation matters. Your brain doesn't fully separate digital rejection from real rejection. So after months of inconsistent interactions, people start to internalize, maybe I'm not enough. Even when it's just timing, or someone else's avoidance. Emotional fatigue sets in, and that fatigue often gets misinterpreted as cynicism. The identity distortion. Dating apps subtly shift identity. You start curating yourself. Best photos, optimized bio, strategic humor. You begin thinking in terms of attractiveness metrics. How many matches did I get? Did engagement drop? Your romantic worth becomes quantified, and once your worth feels measurable, it becomes unstable. Confidence fluctuates with notifications. That's dangerous if your self-esteem isn't grounded internally. The most common psychological traps. Let's make this practical. Here are the biggest traps people fall into. Using apps when lonely or emotionally unstable. Mistaking intensity for compatibility. Over-texting before meeting. Ignoring red flags because options feel abundant. Staying in talking stage limbo for months. Seeking validation instead of connection. Most heartbreaks on apps aren't about love. They're about projection. Real-life pattern example. Imagine this scenario. You match with someone attractive. They respond quickly. They compliment you. They seem interested. Your brain releases dopamine. You start imagining potential, but you haven't met. You haven't seen how they handle stress, or conflict, or boundaries. You're attached to potential, not reality. That's where many people confuse fantasy with compatibility. Apps accelerate fantasy bonding. Real connection requires time and friction. How to use dating apps without losing yourself. Now let's get grounded. Here's how to protect your mental health. Number 1. Use time boundaries. Decide how long you'll be on the app daily. Not infinite scrolling. Attention is currency. Number 2. Move offline quickly. Text chemistry is not real chemistry. Meet within a reasonable time frame. Number 3. Watch behavior, not words. Anyone can text well. Watch consistency. Number 4. Don't stack conversations. Talking to too many people fragments your attention. Choose depth over quantity. Number 5. Don't swipe. When emotionally triggered, lonely, bored, rejected. That's when you make impulsive choices. Number 6. Detach your worth from outcomes. Matches do not measure value. Silence does not measure attractiveness. Ghosting does not measure your depth. The nervous system check. Before investing in someone, ask, does this connection feel calm or chaotic? Am I anxious waiting for replies or steady? Healthy attraction feels grounded. Unhealthy attraction feels urgent. Apps make urgency common. That doesn't make it healthy. The balanced truth dating apps are neither saviors nor villains. They are accelerators. If you are secure, they can help you meet someone aligned. If you are insecure, they can magnify instability. They don't define love, but they do change the pace of it. And love was never meant to be rushed. Final perspective. The real danger of dating apps isn't that they exist, it's that they normalize speed over depth. Connection requires time, patience, discomfort, repair, presence. None of those are optimized by algorithms. So maybe the better question isn't, are dating apps ruining relationships? Maybe it's, am I strong enough to stay grounded inside a system designed for stimulation? Because the healthiest relationships today aren't built by the smartest algorithm. They're built by two people who can slow down in a fast world. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If this resonated with you and you'd like to explore more topics like this, I'd be happy to have you subscribe.